Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Natco Pharma Q1FY27 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that this call is hosted by 361 Capital Market Private Limited. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Rishikesh Patoli from 361 Capital Market Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir, Rishikesh.
Thank you, Danish. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of 361, I welcome you all to the Q1FY27 earnings conference call of Natco Pharma. Hope everyone is in good health and doing well. On behalf of Natco today, we have with us Mr. Rajeev Nannapaneni, Vice Chairman and CEO, Mr. Amit Parekh, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Rajesh Chebiyam, Executive Vice President, Crop Health Sciences, and Mr. Rajeev Menon, Investor Relations. I now hand over the call to Rajeev Menon for the opening remarks, post which we'll open the session for Q&A. Over to you, Rajeev.
Thank you, Rishikesh. Good evening and welcome everyone to Natco's conference call discussing our earnings results for the first quarter of FY27. I am Rajeev Menon, Lead Investor Relations at Natco. We hope you have received the press release that was sent out earlier. It is also available on our website. Let me draw your attention to the fact that on this call we may be making certain forward-looking statements which are not necessarily historical facts, and anything said on this call which reflects our outlook for the future must be reviewed in conjunction with the risks that the company faces. We undertake no obligations to update these forward-looking statements. I would like to state that the material of the call, except for the participant questions, is the property of Natco and cannot be recorded or rebroadcast without Natco's express written permission. We'll begin with the financial highlights and then follow up with an interactive Q&A session. With that, I will request our CFO, Amit Parekh, to discuss the financial highlights. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Menon. Greetings to everyone and thank you once again for joining Natco's Q1 FY27 earnings call. The company recorded consolidated total revenues of rupees 794.4 crores in Q1 FY27 compared to rupees 1390.6 crores in the corresponding quarter last year. The decline is largely attributable to lower lenalidomide revenue during the quarter, which was partially offset by double-digit growth in the base business. EBITDA, including other income, for the quarter stood at rupees 245.7 crores, with EBITDA margin of 30.9%. There has been an improvement in EBITDA margin quarter-on-quarter, which can be attributed to the performance of our international and domestic business and lower and measured operating costs. Consolidated profit after tax stood at rupees 206.5 crores compared to rupees 269 crores in Q4 of FY26, which included one-time benefit of rupees 115 crores arising from remeasurement of deferred tax assets on MAT credit and other deferred tax assets and liabilities following the company's decision to move to the new tax regime from FY27. On a normalized basis, excluding this one-time tax benefit in Q4 last year, consolidated PAT grew by 34% quarter-on-quarter. With regards to our associate company, Natco Ingram Holding Limited, South Africa, revenue for the quarter stood at rupees 1,582.8 crores and profit after tax at rupees 242.2 crores. Natco's share of profit based on 35.75% holding as on 30th June 2026 was rupees 84.3 crores. In July 2026, we acquired additional stake of 13.25% in Natco Ingram, taking our total holding to 49%. This we believe will further strengthen our strategic position in South African market and increase our participation in the performance of Natco Ingram. Our domestic formulation business revenue stood at rupees 136 crores. We also saw strong growth in our Brazil business. Revenue from Brazil stood at rupees 178 crores, representing the growth of 180%. Thank you all, and now we will take questions and answers.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Reminder to all the participants, if you wish to ask a question, may press star and one. Our first question comes from the line of Vamsi from ASKIM. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity and congrats on a good set of numbers. My first question is in terms of the breakdown of your export revenues. So can you please give me a constant currency growth across your key geographies of Canada and Brazil?
So Brazil has grown, as I said, it has grown by 180%. The revenues of Brazil, as I mentioned earlier, was 178 crores.
And Canada sales?
Canada sales for the quarter was around 56 crores.
Understood, sir. Also, if we were to just look on a quarter-on-quarter basis, in constant currency terms, there seems to be a 14% kind of decline. Any specific geography which you would attribute this to?
Could you rephrase that question? I didn't understand. Could you say that again?
Yes, sir. So basically, I was trying to understand the quarter-on-quarter decline that has happened in the export sales. So there seems to be a constant currency decline of almost 14%. Is this attributable to any specific geography?
No, it's just a seasonal cycle. I think we have different orders at different times. I think the increase in the profit didn't come from the Indian company. It came from the associate company. If you see the numbers, normally the Natco profit share is around 35 to 40 crores a quarter at our 35% holding. This quarter came to 80. I think that is why the bump of the earnings came from there. And that's the reason why there is an increase in profit. And the orders themselves, I mean, it's all cyclical, right? And the reason why Natco delivered good set of numbers is because there's a strong flu season in South Africa this time. So I think that's the reason why the numbers are the way they are. Okay.
So even on a constant currency basis in the Natco business, there is a healthy growth, sir, of let's say high single digit?
In this particular quarter, yes, because of the flu season.
Understood, sir. Also, if I were to just ask a question on the domestic sales growth, could you provide a breakdown of how the base business has grown and how SEMA has incrementally contributed this quarter?
I think the base business normally is about 107 crores a quarter. I think this quarter went to 130 something. We believe we're able to maintain that 130 number. I think a lot of it has come from semaglutide, obviously. I think we have a pretty good run on semaglutide and some third-party orders on semaglutide. And also our base business has also done well in our oncology and other segments of the operation. Overall, domestic has done very well. I think this year we expect that domestic will increase by about 25% in ratings of all.
Understood, sir. Just one last question, if basis the permission. So during the quarter, so basically, sir, we closed the year at about 2,400 crores of cash. And, after having paid out for this incremental stake in Natco, I think we still have a decent, close to about 1,000 to 1,500 crores kind of cash sitting. So any incremental insight on why the proposed fundraise of 2,000 crores is planned? Any specific target therapies or kind of assets that you're looking at?
Yeah. So, you are right. Our cash, net cash, as of today is around 1,400 crores. Obviously, last 1 year, if you look at the kind of investments we have made, it's almost 3,000 crores, primarily Natco. We had a two times acquisitions of stakes in Natco. Both put together was around 3,000 crores. We have obviously some loans short-term loans to pay off and some capital expenditure. But at this junction, we are also looking at a couple of very interesting opportunities of acquisitions and some kind of an M&A opportunity. And we believe that this cash would be really required, and we believe that this would be helpful at the right time. And hence, we want to raise the money from the market.
Understood, sir. Any color on the kind of M&A we're looking at?
But you are done another person. We'll come back to you again, my friend. We'll come back again. Next call.
Sure, sir. Thank you. I'll join back the queue.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. Also, in order to ensure that the management will be able to address all the questions from the participant, we request you to kindly limit your question to 2 questions only per participant. If you have a follow-up question, please rejoin the queue. Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Kunal Randeria with Access Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening. First question, Amit. So very sharp decrease in other expenses, both quarter-on-quarter, year-on-year. So if you can kind of highlight the reasons behind it, and is this the kind of a new run rate that we should expect going forward?
So, yeah, Kunal, thank you for the question. Yeah, there has been a decline. Obviously, if you look at the last year Q1, there has been a high R&D spend which happened. And you know, R&D are not a very stable quarter-on-quarter run rate. It depends on a lot of milestones and the batches, exhibit batches, clinical trials, etc. So in last year's quarter, yes, there was a very high spend on R&D, and we also had higher legal costs in last year. Current quarter is slightly lower, and this cannot be the run rate. There will be a little bit higher spend going forward, but current quarter will be lower than the previous quarter for sure.
On an annualized basis, not on a quarter basis.
I think, sometimes there will be an increased rate for the project. For example, let's say you're doing a big clinical trial, say huge exhibit batch. Sometimes there will be an 8 million expenditure. If you don't have that batch in that particular quarter, then there's no expenditure. So we plan it according to the cash flow that we have. So we plan our projects based on when we have cash flow and so on and so forth. So you can't you ask me to pin me down and say this will be this quarter, it could be higher or lower. But typically, I think when we give our guidances, we assume these costs, and then we build in the fact number once based on what we believe will be spent. I think you should take an annual approach as opposed to Q1.
Sure. Okay. Got it. Second question, the international formulations business. This quarter was 477 crores. You also mentioned there was good growth in Brazil. So what would explain the quarter-on-quarter decline? Is it the seasonality or the decline in pomalidomide? If you can throw some light on this.
I think even the profit share was... there are... Kunal, I mean, you can't there are different cycles for different products. I generally don't give a product by product strategy and why the product came. Sometimes you have one tender on one product. Sometimes you have, obviously, pomalidomide, obviously the one it was in the previous quarter. So all these seasonal and water stuff happens. I think I would focus on the larger picture. I think, I don't want to we generally give a guidance for the year and then we'll tell you what are the major highlights for the quarter.
Sure. Thanks.
Next call, please.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. Our next question comes from the line of Reshmi Shetty with Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Sir, out of your total export formulation business of 477 crores, how much contributes from the subsidiary? You have given us Canada and Brazil number. If you can also give rest of the world number.
I don't have it split, Rishmi. I have the bigger ones. The smaller ones I don't have. So I don't have it on hand, so I don't want to give you the correct number. I'll pass.
Okay. And on the agrotech sales, that is your crop health sciences, have you break even in this business?
Say that again. Have you? Can you repeat the question, please?
Sir, on the crop health business, are we still making a EBITDA loss, or we have already done the break even?
No. So basically for the quarter there was a loss, right? But the goal and our expectation for the year is to break even. So if you look at the overall scenario for the crop health, it's very, very seasonal, right, Rashmi? So as probably most of you are aware, there's been the El Nino fear and delay in rains. So that's what actually caused a little bit of delay in the cropping season. So we expect Q2 to be significantly better than Q1. And I think we are on track to, again, as I said, to break even for the year.
And sir, on the revenue part, what will be the guidance for the crop health?
I mean, for the crop health you're talking about?
Yeah.
See, let me just give you an indicative number. See, last year we did about 138 crores total, and we're about 40 in Q1. By Q2, Q3, I think we should, be fairly close to that number. And
there's pretty some growth, but again, I think Q2 will give us a fair idea how things are, because Q2 is the strongest quarter for the agro business. So I think we would defer any particular guidance. I will stick to the same guidance that we gave it earlier in the year, that we end the year with about 750 PAT, and our gross sales will be between 33 to 34, or 30 in that region. I think beyond that, at this time, we don't want to say.
So on the total sales, which you are saying, 33 to 34 billion, when you just annualize this quarter sales, it comes to around 2,800 crores. That roughly comes to 28 billion. So whatever that extra sales which we will be generating, it will be coming basically from which geographies? Who will be the major contributor? Whether we are going to see the traction in the export part of the business in the US or in India or in the rest of the world? And
I think we see all-round growth. I think US will, there are a couple of US orders we have, and we're not doing a geographic split per se. I think for Brazil and Canada we have, because we have a sub that we can identify. But other numbers are all together. But yes, I think the growth areas will come from these three geographies, right? Brazil, Canada, and US. I think all three will.
Okay, understood, sir. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you. Next caller, please.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Abhigyan Srivastav with Marcellus Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Hello. We are not able to hear you in case you are speaking. Can we go to the next caller otherwise, please?
Okay. Sure. Abhigyan, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Hi. Thanks for taking my question, sir. I have a few questions. Sir, firstly, this current quarter, do we have any contribution from Revlimid?
So, current quarter, it is very, very small. It is negligible, to say the least.
Okay, got it. And sir, our tax rate has been a bit volatile for this quarter and the previous quarter as well. do we have a particular tax guidance for FY27 and going forward?
See, the tax rate is a combination of, since at a console level, it's a combination of the global tax and country by country contribution. In India, at least I can say that since we have moved to the new regime, the tax rate would be around 25.16, and obviously there are some disallowances of PSRs and donations happen. So roughly in India will be around 27%. And globally it all depends on which geography is contributing more. This quarter Brazil has a larger contribution where the tax rate is more than 25%. And hence the quarterly tax rate is quite high this quarter. So very difficult to give a very clear guidance around tax because it is a combination of multiple factors. But yes, this quarter it is high.
Okay, I see. And sir, two questions around our recent launches which are upcoming. So for Carfil Zomib, we have likely a calendar 27 launch with the launch settlement with the innovator. So are we on track for this launch?
I cannot confirm the date, but yes, the launch is on track. I believe when we will talk about it closer to the launch date. Yes, the plant is under upgrade right now, and we think the upgradation should be completed by end of the year, and we believe that we'll be able to launch it at the time when the launch date is set. So this, because of confidentiality, I'm giving the launch date, but yes, we're on track. So you had asked another caller. You had your two questions. I'm sorry. Next caller, please.
Hello. Abhigan, have you done with your question?
Yeah, just one more question. Regarding olaparib, could you please share what the current litigation status is with the innovator, and do we have any sort of like an outer timeline by which you believe that an outcome might be decided?
I think I don't remember the date. I think the trial date is set. I don't remember the date. I think sometime in the next few months. I don't know the exact date. Top of my head, I'm not able to remember what date it is. We have a tentative approach, so which is good. And then the issue of exclusivity is there because it took more than the 30 months. So we're hoping we have kept the exclusivity. We have some arguments that have not been determined yet. I think these are two important factors: the determination of the 180 days, and the second issue is the trial. So I think both the trial date I'm not able to remember, so I don't want to. But it's scheduled I think in the next few months, but I can't click the date. And then the determination of the exclusivity, which has not been determined yet. So I think these are two open factors, open questions on this. Okay?
Okay, got it.
Okay, thank you. Next caller.
Thank you. Reminder to all the participants, please limit your question to 2 questions only per participant. Our next question comes from the line of Tanya Chaudhary with Investec. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, given that you have some experience in South Africa now after the acquisition, what are your plans to improve growth and profitability in South Africa?
I think overall, we see a lot of synergies between Natco and Natco. I think the first synergy is obviously the pipeline from Natco, which can be put in Natco and which can be distributed in South Africa. Second is our connect with our Indian partners, because we do a lot of alliances with other Indian companies for other markets. So we have pretty strong relationships with other Indian family-owned companies. So we bring that to the table as well. So we're using those relationships to improve the pipeline of Natco. I think there are two major synergies I see. One is the R&D synergy, and second is the pipeline. We are able to source pipeline. The benefit of our shareholding, you see, whatever we're getting right now in Natco is based on the base business that they have already. And the value of Natco and Natco's pipeline and all will come in the next 2 to 3 years, not today. So, but we are playing for the long haul, as you know. So But also, Natco has a lot of meaningful strength to our base business. As you can see this quarter, for example, our 35-40% of our earnings are coming from Natco. So we are able to sort of build that strong base business, so bring less volatility in our earnings, which has always been the case with Natco, right? So I think we're trying to strengthen that. Okay.
Got it, sir. Also in Brazil, given that you're witnessing strong growth, are there any key launches which are driving such growth, and are there any meaningful launches planned going forward?
I think our oncology pipeline is driving the growth, so I think that's why you see very good numbers. And we also have another meaningful launches in the year 27 as well, subject to some patent litigation. Generally, we don't really which molecules because of competitive reasons, but overall the portfolio is doing extremely well. So we anticipate very good growth in Brazil as well. So it's a fairly diversified model, and now I think India is also growing very well. So a lot of the revenue pickup we're getting now is over multiple geographies, and so I think we're comfortable with it. And our objective is that we'll do another acquisition hopefully, and if we're able to do that, we're able to build a diverse pipeline of geographies and revenue avenues, so that we have more stability in our base. That's your objective. Okay.
Got it. Lastly, if you could guide for how much we've done from semaglutide in the first quarter through.
I think the brand is doing our
idea.
I mean, I can tell you what we're doing. The market is fairly cutthroat. It's not. I think this is what we always said in our earlier calls as well. So it's been fairly cutthroat, and so I think our brand per month is doing around 2 CR, I think roughly. But we had a lot of other third-party business which I don't think will get repeated. So I think. But our sales people say that I think right now this is where it is, but over a period of time this brand should do very well. But right now the market is fairly, how do I say, not so good in terms of the competition is very intense. So I think things are just settling down. But we'll see. The pricing stability will come in the next few months, and I think things will settle down. But as of now, it's pretty stable.
Is it profitable, sir?
As of now, it doesn't lose money, but it doesn't make much money.
All right. Got it, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Next call.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Arjun, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I hope I'm audible.
You're audible. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think we are in interesting times with respect to South Africa. On 12th of August, India and South Africa have signed a terms of reference for preferential trade agreement, right? So I want to understand how this is going to impact our business. And I also seen one of the Indian company has already got approval for semaglutide launch in South Africa. So when are we going to get approval, and how big the market would be?
Regarding the trade deal, I'm not well informed, my friend, so I don't want to answer that question because I don't know enough about it. Regarding semaglutide, Sun Pharma got an approval in South Africa. This is what I understand. In terms of our approval, I think we're a little away, but we're trying to see what are the ways we can hasten the launch of semaglutide. We're also looking at other third parties as well. But at this time, yes, our doctor is a little away, but yes, I think we're looking at other possible third party vendors who will give us. But yeah, we're working on it. The size of semaglutide in South Africa is an interesting opportunity, but numbers I don't know exactly. I top of mind I can't. Thank you.
Okay. Sir, one more question, sir. This is with respect to our Natco Corp Health Science business. I understand already we have, approved the demerger and other things. So when can we expect the actual demerger to take place from an investor point of view, sir?
Yeah, hi, Arjun. So the demerger, again, the plans are still active. but now we're also looking at this potential fundraising activity. So with that activity in the immediate fray, so after that is we will continue on the demerger aspect. So it could probably delay by about 2 to 3 months.
Oh, okay.
It will be done by, instead of, I think probably instead of December, it could be about March.
Okay.
So, thank you so
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. Yes, next question comes from line of Pranav Chawla with JM AMC. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Congratulations on the good quarter. Sir, I just wanted to understand one small thing. We had somewhere close to 3,500 crores of cash on our balance sheet as on March. After that, we would have spent some to acquire the additional stake in Natco. Any particular reason for taking the additional resolution?
So, as already tried to explain earlier in the call, right now, between March and now, we spent money on Natco additional stake acquisition. Currently, we have around 1,400 crore of net cash. As you would have realized that over last 1 year, 3,000 crore has already been spent. We are looking at a couple of interesting acquisition opportunities for which we would require cash. Additionally, we have some short-term loans and some capex requirements. So I think whatever money we raise will be going towards these things. And we want to be ready with the money for any interesting opportunity which is already there in our evaluation. So that's the primary reason we want to raise the funds.
Got it. Sir, and so you highlighted that you require cash for your internal capex and some capacity expansion that will be planned. Can you highlight what that number will be, say, for this year and the next? Expo inorganic?
A few details at this junction of time.
So for organic capex, you can at least highlight your number for the next 2 years.
Organically, I think every year, we have around 250 to 300 crores of capex year on year. So that's the run rate anyways we have.
Got it. And sir, any color that you can provide on when do you plan to launch some of Natco's India products in the Adcock entity? Now that you have 49% stake.
So we have what we've done is we have filed for registration. So we have actually filed few dossiers already. Typically registration takes 2 years or so. So we see the Natco's product might come into the market maybe around 28, I think would be reasonable. Typical registration takes about 18 months to 24 months. So 28 is us.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much, sir. I'll get back in.
Next call.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Rishikesh Patole with 361 Capital Market Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
So quickly, Raju, can you provide any material changes that could have happened on the innovation side? The 4 assets that we have, can you take us through?
I think there's nothing much to report at this time. I think the biggest bet we have made is e-Genesis. So that entity is doing reasonably well. I think they've dosed multiple patients. Sorry, they've done transplant for multiple patients. And 2 patients have done extremely well. They've survived on the quick kidney for about more than 8 months. So I think we'll have some updates in a short time over that asset. I think I'm very happy of the 4 assets that are there. This is the most exciting one that we have. And I think it's the most valuable one that we have. And at this time I can't give an update, but I am hoping that in the next few months we'll be able to give some very exciting updates on this asset.
So when can we see a next catalyst or when an update?
At this time it will be premature to say, but as I said, we're hoping to give you some good updates in the next few months.
Great. And second question on the R&D pipeline of the assets FTF. What kind of filing do we expect now in the next 2 years? Any idea, any brief?
I think we have an internal target of doing about 8 to 10 ANDAs a year. And FTF is to target about 2 to 3. So I think We'll see how things go. I'm very positive that we'll be able to deliver some ideas. But so far, we're pretty much to say. But I think we're hoping to deliver at least 1 or 2 this year, over and above the pipeline we already have.
Sure. Thank you, Raju. I'll get back in the queue.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question, press star and 1. Our next question comes from the line of Vamsi with ASKIM. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the follow-up. So I just wanted to check on whether the ad guidance of close to 750 crores still holds, or is there an upside risk to this number? Because if I see ad cost contribution currently, there's close to about a 150 million constant currency, or in real terms, close to a 150 million kind of contribution to Natco's earnings. And given the increase in stake now, it is likely that if I were to analyze the same number and see close to about 440 to 450 crores of PAT would be coming from this ad-hoc entity itself.
Wait, one second. Don't analyze it. It is a seasonal bump because it was a flu season. Our guidance still remains around 750. I'm not changing the guidance. And so what it had was a bump which was on the flu season. Normally the profit is usually around 100 crores a quarter, I think, typically. And of which we'll have a see-through of about 49% now with the increase. I think that usually that's the base number, but they could, but again, how this year goes and all, I don't want to answer, but please don't analyze the quarter numbers because it is a bump in the future. Okay?
Sure, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Santosh, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to ask, in future, if Natco give opportunity to buy some more percent of share, will we go for that?
Yeah, of course. I think we are, as you know, our management strategy is to always be on a long term. And we are very well committed to South Africa investment. At this point in time, we don't have an opportunity, but whenever it comes up, we'll be more than happy to take it. And that's our strategy. It's a very strategic call for us, and yes, of course, we'll go for it. But right now, there is no opportunity.
So how much percent thing we can got, like still 70, 80, do we have any kind of like that? Or?
I didn't understand the question, my friend. We lost you.
So right now we are in 49%. So till how much percentage we get opportunity, we'll go for that.
As of now, we're at 49. I think as of now, Midwest is not. It wants to hold on to the 51. So there's no opportunity yet. But we have a first right of refusal. I think if the opportunity comes, then yes, maybe we'll definitely look at it. We like the asset and we're very happy with the asset. But at this time, it's only 49 which we were able to get, and at the near term, I don't see increasing at this time. This is what it is.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you. Our next question comes on the line of Arjun, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
I hope I am audible.
Yeah.
Sir, I believe our company also has a very good land bank. Sometime back, I think we have sold some land to Microsoft. Are we not getting such offers, nowadays? Because we are raising funds also. So I thought this could be one of the sources.
I think we have a visible land bank, but there are some you can sell and some we want to utilize for our own operations. Problem with land bank, Arjun, is that there always that little litigation that we always have. So there's always, I would say, 15-20% of our land is tied up in litigation. And it's all frivolous in nature because people just want to profit by having litigation and then try to ask you for money. So I think these can be divested. I agree with you, absolutely right. But at the right time, and subject to, clearance of these small deviations. Typically, let's say you want to sell, I'll give an example so that you understand our predicament. Let's say you want to sell a 20-acre piece. You will have 19 acres will be, there will be that 1 acre right in the middle which is not clean. But if you want to get a good price, you have to sell all the 20, or otherwise you have to break it up into smaller pieces. So sometimes you're like, okay, fine, let me wait and resolve all the issues before I sell. So these are the predicaments that we tend to have. So I would say yes, we can monetize it, but as of today, we're holding on. Okay.
Yeah. Sir, my next question is with respect to the fundraise. So I have seen the history of the prior fundraisers which you have conducted. So it has been mostly, QIPs only. But as an individual investor, I'm placing a request, if there is a right issue, we would like to participate and increase our stakes, sir. This is just a request, sir, rather than a question.
I understand that. I think we're exploring all options. I think we're looking at QIP and rights and all other options. And I think the board allowed us to, consider all these options. We are looking at, and I think once we get a feel of what the right thing to do is, we will consider your request. We are seriously thinking about what you said as well, but we're exploring all options. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. We are very happy with the way you are running this organization and being very transparent and honest. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question comes from the line of Sahil Mahajan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so am I audible?
Yeah, you are, please.
Yeah, so I'm a new investor in Natco, so I wanted to know that what is the payback time scale for our R&D expenses? Like, how do we think about the future while we are doing R&D expenses?
That's a very good question, my friend. Generally, you have different payouts for different things. But I'll tell you what really makes money, what makes you moderate or more money or low amount of money. The one that comes sooner is the one that has the least amount of money, because the outcome has a lot of competitors. The one that you're willing to wait the longest has the highest return. So typically, if you want to think of this business, things which are 8-9 years away are the most valuable one. Will probably make 20-30x of what you put, or 40x of what you put. But you want to do things which are like in next 12 months, then chances of your ability, then it's only 15-20% return. So I think the longer you wait, the bigger the return. And the higher the risk, the bigger the return. So I think you always have to think of this business in an 8-10 year cycle, not in a 2-3 year cycle. That's how you want to think of it.
Okay. Yeah, so what percentage of our expenses we kind of put towards the long term and what percentage is towards the short term?
I would say 70-80% of our money is for things which are going to happen in 2029, 29. The earliest one would be probably 28, 29, and then going up to 2035. So everything between 28 to 35.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks. Next call, please.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Aman, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Please go ahead.
Sir, you invested 1,400 crores in South Africa. So what are the reasons for this?
Yeah, I think we took a resolution, but I think the total amount we invested in that particular tranche when it was 13% was I think 1,060 crores. 1,060 crores.
And my second question, are you looking for acquiring more stake, controlling stake in Natco?
Controlling stake in Natco.
So as we mentioned earlier also, that we are very happy with the investment and the company is doing very well, run very professionally. Overall, it's a very good asset for us. Controlling stake right now, the other shareholder is British and it's not in offering right now. Whenever it comes up, we have a first right of refusal and we'll be happy to execute that, provided it comes at the right price. So we are looking for the opportunity to increase our stake, but currently it's not there.
And my last question regards... Hello?
Yeah.
My last question regarding you raised 2,000 crores. So which geography you invest is?
You broke up. Can you repeat that, please?
Hello, I am audible?
Yeah.
You raised 2,000 crores from issue of equity. So which geography you? Acquisition.
Correct.
Which geography?
We are evaluating various options of how to raise the money. It can be anything. It can be QIP, it can be rights, it can be any other things also. There are opportunities of acquisitions, as we mentioned earlier. There is a smaller piece in India and a very large opportunity outside India. So we're not getting into geography specific, but there are two opportunities. One could be outside and one could be within India as well.
Okay, thank you. This is from my side.
Thank you. The next question comes from the line of Rishikesh Patole with 361 Capital Market Private Limited. Please go ahead. Rishikesh, you may please proceed ahead with the question.
Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So, quickly on semaglutide, you provided the update for India market as well as the South Africa. I mean, we are still far away. Can you similarly provide for Canada as well as the Brazil region? Where is, at what stage is the dossier and when do we?
We're not filing. We're not filing. And this is time of the reminder. We're not filing also. So I think we're at dossier on this side.
In Canada and Brazil both?
Both.
That's helpful. And second, can you provide any update on the launches lined up for FY27, 28, 29 for the US market? Anything that you have said?
We intend to launch with our exclusivity list. We can't name them because we have confidence reviews, but yes, we have 2 launches in the next financial year.
Okay. Just lastly from my side, if I may, on the agri piece, I mean, CTPR exports have commenced or we are still, I mean, any update on that?
CTPR technical, some level of exports have been done, Rishikesh, but not very significant. Predominantly, we have domestic focus at this stage. But we are working on several registrations across interesting geographies.
Thanks, Rajesh. Just a follow-up on that. On the domestic portfolio, except apart from CTPR, have you done any more launches?
Yeah, actually quite a few. I mean, if you CTPR was our segue, right, when we entered. But today we have roughly about 35 products and a good combination of insecticides, fungicides, and some of the fungicides are doing fairly well. In fact, one of the top, things which is working well in fungicides, one particular brand called Glance, which is, I would say it's a tricoxin limited competition product, Glance. And if you look at CTPR versus non-CTPR, in fact, revenue contribution also, I can't give an exact number, but I guess out of 35 products that we have, 8 products are CTPR related and the rest are non-CTPR, right? So it is a significant number of products. From a revenue perspective, I'll get back to you on that, but maybe CTPR 30-35% is the contribution from CTPR, right? The rest is non-CTPR. So the pipeline is also very interesting. What we are looking at, typically you look at the registrations that we do internally is something called a 9C registration, which means limited competition, versus a 9-4, which is a lot of competitive players are there. So we have interesting 9C products which continue to come, and the next financial year has a very interesting portfolio as well. So I think we're quite bullish in terms of where we are today.
Thank you, Rajesh. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one. Reminder to all the participants that if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and one. As there are no further questions from the participant, I now hand the conference over to the management for the closing remarks. Thank you, and over to you, team.
Thanks everyone for joining the call. We value your time and participation. If you have any further questions or need any additional information, please feel free to reach out to us. With that, we conclude today's earnings call. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Natco Pharma Ltd, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.